7s and 370Zs / VQs are getting a bad reputation. So I want to go over a couple things on why that is, including from high insurance rates and why that is. You guys know the obvious, like takeovers. What's going on, guys? So I'm sure you guys have a big question, and you probably clicked on this video for a reason. Why are G37s and 370Zs / VQs are getting a bad reputation? So I want to go over a couple things on why that is, including from high insurance rates and why that is. You guys know the obvious, like takeovers, the cost is affordable, and it can easily get stolen, but I want to elaborate on why they're getting such a bad reputation. So let's start with topic number 1, the ease of theft. Alright, so I want to put up a disclaimer. Do not do this. You will go to jail. You will be found. I am not holding any liability or responsibility for this. But the ease of theft is number 1. This is why they're getting a bad reputation. So these cars are really easy to steal, believe it or not. Just like Mopars and any of these cars with a keyless start entry. All these people need to do is just get 2 people or 3 people, get a relay box that you can get from Temu, or you can get them from Alibaba, anywhere, $10 to $20, especially you can get them on Amazon as well. And you have to get the frequency signal of the keys, and you can just, start it off with the relay signal and fooling that the key is with you when it's really not. As you can probably see on that diagram over here on how it works, all it needs to do is have the relay box be within 10 to 15 feet of the original key itself. People can just walk around the perimeter, scan it, and then boom, they can just roll it out of the driveway. You're unlocked. The key is fooled to think that's in the car, and when it's really not. So they could just drive off and just part it out or do some dumb stuff with it, and unfortunately that's how these cars get stolen. Now, to easily remedy this or lessen the chance of it, because nothing's ever 100%, you can, if you have a tune, put on the anti-theft map on there, so your fuel pump will not be sending any fuel to start the car. It'll just be cut off. Or you can get a non-readable RDFI, I believe that's what it's called, a case. You can find them on Amazon for under $30, and it will make reading the detection of the key harder for the relay boxes to get a wireless signal out. So, or if you don't have any of those options, you can also just store your keys on the higher floor. That definitely does help. Be mindful that it does within a 10 to 15 feet radius, so keep in mind of that. It's close to home too, as some of my friends' cars have been stolen recently around the Delaware area. You can also put a tracker on it, like an AirTag or something like that. That's what I would do, and then also just put it on the anti-theft map as well. Alright, number 2, this is why you probably clicked on this for why BQs are getting a bad reputation. These, honestly, as much as I hate saying this, I keep repeating it over and over again, these takeovers are ruining the car scene. I'm sure everybody knows what a takeover is. If not, then I'm going to be putting up a video right here. If you honestly don't know what a takeover is, they can just shut down an intersection or a warehouse parking lot, and they just do stupid donuts with their 430 challenge credit score, Mopars with their 29% APRs and their clapped out straight pipe VQs, and just people just do donuts and disregard the law, thinking that they're pro drifters or something like that when they're really not. And they're just endangering the car scene and endangering other people. And these are the people, the same people actually, that most likely participate in the cut game activities. So what that is, basically, if you're going on a highway and there's heavy traffic, people just want to weave in and out very, very close to cars so they can get a thrill. which I think is also just as bad as Takeovers in my opinion. But there's a reason why that they have high insurance rates on these cars, because of all the takeovers, the ease of theft, and the cut game people that want to get into accidents with innocent people, which is really a shame. All right, which brings me to my number 3 point. They're very attainable to the average high school kid. You can find these cars under 10 grand easily. They're not going to be in the best condition, of course, and they're probably going to be salvage title, but they're probably going to be salvage title anyway once they go to takeovers and do stupid stuff with them anyway, in my opinion. But they have a bad reputation because not only just because they're cheap cars, one positive side is they do have a big aftermarket community for it. And what I mean by this is the parts on these cars from the aftermarket side can range from very, very cheap to very, very expensive. It's a wide range, which is pretty cool to be honest, but at the same time, most of these kids that have these cars are, they're picking up these cars for under 8 to 10 grand, all clapped out, think they want to go to drifting, or you could do a lot of builds with these, either show car, drifting, or drag builds. It is a very versatile car. It's a very good car, to be honest with you, when it's done right. Hence, when it's done right. I have never seen a clean build around in my area and around the Delaware area that's not been clapped out, unfortunately. What I mean by that is they just put on a straight pipe or muffler delete, make it sound horrible. They think they're the shit with their takeovers, TikTok builds. They don't build it for themselves, unfortunately, which is another thing about the car scene, but I digress. That's going to be another topic for another day on why the car scene isn't all that. But yeah, honestly, they're just, people think that going cheap makes these cars sound good or look good or anything like that. In my opinion, no, they're not that good. They're expensive to mod and own on certain things, but they can be very rewarding. They're very reliable. VQ engines are very reliable, but when they're taken care of, that's a very, very big if, because most of these owners, the new owners now, honestly just want to clap them out and thinking that's the next Honda Civic or whatever. And then, unfortunately, they just wreck them up, and this is how the top 3 things on my list come about. And once again, this is why VQs are getting bad reputation, because of all the things that I just listed, unfortunately. Now, with that being said, I do want to close out with a couple statements, though. In my opinion, you can find these cars very, very clean for about 15 to 20 grand. You want to save it up in today's market. Otherwise, you just got to do a lot of digging and research. You got to really ask the owners what they did to it and all that. If it doesn't look good, or owners or anything like that, run away, stay away. You'll find another one. Honestly, these cars are a dime a dozen. They mass produced a lot of G's and Z's. It's just going through my videos on, if you look through them, you'll have a better understanding of what the trim levels are in my previous videos, and also what to look for in a 370Z or a G37. You'll have a better understanding of what to do when you do see the car, or whenever you're making your first purchase. All in all, when done right, when it's built right, these cars are very, very rewarding, and I think they're going to be the next S chassis, whereas in the next 5 to 10 years, in my opinion, these cars are going to get raised up and skyrocketed in price just because of how these cars have just been in a bad reputation for a little bit. And then once the cleaning samples finally start to show up and pop out, compared to the other salvage title ones and the high mileage ones, they're going to be going for a dime a dozen, in my opinion. But yes, if you do like this part and you made it to the end, thank you so much, guys. Like and subscribe. We're almost on 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot wait to show you guys what's next. Hopefully, I am gonna be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, so stay tuned for that. Just keep liking, sharing these videos, and thank you so much. Have a good day.